Yeah, as we get more into the middle of August, we start to see some of these breaks, some of these fronts come down with some cooler air, and that's what we're going to see here for a few days. Unfortunately, it does come back with the heat and humidity, as you would expect too. We're also in the middle of August there. So overall, we're looking at really the pattern is all you see this is this future cloud cover, and this red, that's the heat dome really that's building out to the west. It has shifted to the west right now for the time being as we kind of got this northwest flow. But over time, it's going to try to build back in. By Thursday, we're going to start seeing these thunderstorm complexes that really build off that heat dome will begin to push eastward. We'll eventually see some cloud cover from this as we go into Thursday. Not a lot of cloud cover. And then as we go into Thursday night and Friday, we're going to start seeing, you can see the red begin to expand. That heat dome is going to begin to build up our way along with more showers and thunderstorms. Friday, another complex right there. They tend to fall apart. So Thursday and Friday, we still look okay for mostly precipitation-wise, but going into Thursday, Friday, the humidity levels will start coming up Friday especially, and then it gets definitely more active afterwards. So the heat's going to build up to the west. We get a reprieve, but it's not going to last too long, too. But overnight, temperatures, you're going to wake up in the 50s. Morning time, we might see a little bit of pockets of haze or fog out there given the cooler temperatures, but here's what we're looking at for high temperatures. Upper 70s, low 80s. Our average is around this, or maybe a degree or two warmer. The haze should be less than what we've seen lately with the smoke. It'll still be out there at pockets of it. Now going into Thursday, we have, as I mentioned, cloud cover coming in a little bit going into Thursday morning, but still overall temperatures should be fairly good, upper 50s, low 60s. But notice the wind, the arrows are starting to come out of the south, so that means that we're going to start seeing a little bit more change for Thursday. Thursday, there could be a lot more cloud cover, especially as you go further north and west. Even a little bit of a shower chance too, maybe north of Eau Claire, given that complex that comes through. It falls apart, but that is an opportunity. Otherwise, the winds start coming out of the south-southeast, so a little bit warmer, but overall still pretty much humidity-wise, not too bad. But then things do change for Friday. The humidity levels come up. That shower and thunderstorm chance is there, but most of the day probably will be dry. But you'll notice the humidity levels will start coming back up once again. And then Friday night into Saturday, you can definitely tell by this forecast of temperatures for Saturday, there's a front somewhere. Basically, you have 90s to the south, 70s up to Dakotas. So this boundary is going to be hanging around somewhere in the area. It's going to start further north and then sag south through the weekend. So where this ends up is where we're going to see showers and thunderstorms chances. But you notice Saturday, even though we might all see close to 90, it definitely will be humid. Now regarding those thunderstorm chances this time of year, as we saw this past weekend, last week, damaging wind is a possibility. And of course, flooding is always a possibility this time of year with these thunders coming through. But notice you can kind of see the pattern going on as we go to Thursday night, Friday into Saturday. The chances really start ramping up as we go to Saturday and Saturday night, but that boundary kind of hugs right to the north. There's Friday night, and then we go through Saturday night too. It starts to sag a little bit further south, and then as we go to Sunday and Sunday night, it continues to sag south too. So that's what we're going to see too. So periods of showers and thunderstorms through the weekend, all the way through Monday. And in fact, this may linger into Tuesday if the boundary doesn't get too far south. So this does opportunity for the weekend. So if you got weekend plans, definitely prepare for showers and thunderstorms. Won't be all day type rain events, but they could be somewhat severe, and we could have to watch for flash flooding going on with this. Then as we go through next week, we kind of start to slowly cool down and dry back out as we get maybe back to the low 80s, maybe upper 70s too. So enjoy these next couple days because it's going to start feeling like kind of like last weekend, or the end of last week, where we're going to have more humidity, definitely showers and thunderstorms, and potentially Saturday could be kind of a hot day, maybe into the 90s in some areas too.
Kind of wish that would be more of like a Wednesday, Thursday forecast, so the weekend could be more comfortable.
Are we asking
for too much?
Yeah, well, you are.
Fair enough. I'll stop.
Okay.
Thank you, Greg.